when this last little bit of hoarding comes down and we get people in here, it'll immediately bring the sort of balance back into the area where people can be a lot more comfortable and walking down the lane. And in fact, it already is. I mean, there's a lot of activity in these lanes. Salt, I mean, they were real pioneers in the lane, and they went in there on the strength of knowing that we were planning to do this, but I'm sure they think it took a lot longer. Yes. It certainly took longer than we thought, longer than they thought as well. It seems to take some time. But it's a fabulous space, and so, if you've been to Savannah or, almost every European city, these spaces don't get taken for granted. They get used, and they're part of the fabric of the city.
White plastic chairs and Milano umbrellas.
There should be people sitting outside enjoying one of our, it's not raining at the moment, which is nice. And the other thing about these spaces is when you look at Gastown, it's a little bit different than most of the other parts of the city where we've been able to develop and then incorporate parkland. But down in this area, in our historic downtown, there is none. So, lanes are really probably 20% of your public open space. Why would we have them as service only? Why would we not utilize them? Why would we not incorporate them into the fabric of the space that we utilize in the city and let them do like Granville Island, where you've got a working area, and people know that you behave a little bit differently in a working area, but you utilize it as part of your open space, and it's really important. And so, I think there are little things like that that'll make a huge change. And so I know Scott's been working on it, and things like Carroll Street Greenway will start to incorporate these things together, and I think really start to create an interesting dynamic where there's a lot more pedestrian traffic, a lot more really nice urban surprises.
Well, as you know, we were looking at bin-free lanes with our friends at Bin, but the price of recyclables, the bottom fell out of that market, which killed that program in its depth.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It certainly got quiet.
It could come back, but no, that's what happened.
Well, we all the property owners really try and work together to figure out the bins, but you need to put it somewhere.
So that
and
may
it's
come
difficult.
back, but it's going to take plastic values.
And so the management of these bins is pretty good. I mean, most of them are closed. People haven't been rifling through them. But the problem is when you put them in here, they sort of block your sight. Stuff piles up between them, and then people use it. It ends up being used as a toilet at some time.
Is the engineering department coming around on more active use of back alley?
I haven't been having that discussion recently. But you know what, there's a lot of change, and I think what I'm hoping is that this particular piece will catalyze some thinking about how that works, right? Because you need to create circulation. I don't know if people remember, I think it was 2003 that the Space Agency did an installation down.
You corporately supported it.
We did corporately support it. It was a great installation. So there was an architectural competition to do something interesting in lanes that could be the heart of then an event. And actually it was a Japanese submission, and they had these beautiful big mylar lit balloons that they pinned up in the lane between the two parkades, the woodward parkades. And then there was an event, and it was probably the first event in the lanes that's happened in a really long time. I mean, that was kind of the first inkling, I think, to a lot of people of the potential. It's amazing space. It's this quite intimate space, and it's unique, and everybody just wanted to hang out there. And of course, 10 o'clock rolls around, everybody's got to go inside. But it was really, it was great, and I think there'll be a lot more of it. That's right. Yeah. So why don't we'll walk out, and I think that we're to convene at Canvas. Hopefully everybody can join us.